was a note inside a drawer, written 40 years ago. The son had meant to call his father, but got busy and let it go. The paper turned the shade of winter, the ink began to fade away, yet one word still stood clear as thunder: someday. Someday I'll make that visit. Someday I'll slow down. Someday I'll fix what's broken. Someday I'll come around. But someday is a clever thief. It steals without a sound, and before you know it, all that's left are echoes hanging around. Someday built 1,000 bridges nobody ever crossed, filled the world with silent regrets and opportunities lost. It promised there'd be more tomorrows, more chances down the line. But someday was the greatest lie that ever fooled mankind. An old guitar hung on a nail inside a weathered barn. Its owner always swore he'd learn to play those country songs. He worked and worked and worked some more, always chasing one more goal, till his hands grew weak with age and winter reached his soul. The guitar stayed perfectly tuned, the strings untouched by years, a monument to waiting built from hesitation and fear. Not every dream dies in failure, some never get the chance, because they spend their whole existence waiting for a better circumstance. Someday built 1,000 bridges nobody ever crossed, filled the world with silent regrets and opportunities lost. It promised there'd be more tomorrows, more chances down the line. But someday was the greatest lie that ever fooled mankind. I knew a woman who kept forgiveness locked behind her ribs for years, certain there would come a moment to release those buried tears. Then one spring morning the phone rang, and the voice on the other end said, "The person you've been waiting to forgive is already dead." No warning, no second chance, no final conversation, just a lesson written sharply across the heart of patience. Because life doesn't schedule endings, it doesn't wait for readiness. The curtain falls whenever it falls, regardless of our preparedness. The river never saves its water, the sunset never saves its light, the meadow doesn't save its blossoms, for a more convenient night. Nature spends itself completely, holding nothing in reserve. Yet people hoard their love and courage for a future not deserved. They postpone joy, delay gratitude, reschedule wonder, and call it wisdom. Someday build 1,000 castles in the corners of the mind, yet none were ever occupied before the end of time. The dreams we act upon today become the stories we can tell. The dreams we leave for someday often leave with us as well. Now whenever evening settles across the fields and telephone lines, I think about that little word that steals so many lives. And if I've learned one thing at all beneath these prairie skies, it's this: the opposite of death isn't living, it's now. Because everything important has always been happening right here before someday arrives.
There's a shadow in the passenger seat every time these old tires leave. Another nowhere town behind, on another sleepless night drive. I keep your lighter in my coat, though it ain't been used in months or more. Still smells faintly like your smoke, like memories refusing to go. The dashboard glows a tired blue, lighting up what's left of you. And every highway sign I pass feels like another piece of past. There's a ghost sitting next to me, wearing your eyes, breathing softly. No chains rattling in the dark, just your silence in my heart. Love don't die when bodies leave, it lingers where we still believe. Now every mile in midnight breeze carries your ghost next to me. I stopped at a bar in Abilene, where old men drown forgotten dreams. The jukebox played some worn-out tune about hearts leaving too soon. A woman asked me where I'm from. I almost said where she was loved, but words got tangled in my throat, like pain too deep to fully show. Outside the neon buzzed and hummed like dying stars coming undone, and the cold wind through the parking lot felt exactly
exactly like your touch. There's a ghost sitting next to me, wearing your eyes, breathing softly. No chains rattling in the dark, just your silence in my heart. And love don't die when bodies leave, it lingers where we still believe. Now every mile and midnight breeze carries your ghost next to me. If heaven's real, I hope you know I never truly let you go. I just learned how to survive with your memory still alive. Now dawn creeps pale across the plains, through oil fields, dust and falling rain. And I keep driving just because stopping means facing what was. The world keeps turning without care, but your perfume's still in the air. And some nights when the moon hangs low, I swear I hear you breathing slow. Yeah, there's a ghost sitting next to me, and she's all this broken heart can see. No saving light, no final peace, just your memory on repeat. And when these highways finally end, and this old truck won't run again, I'll close my eyes and ride on through with the ghost of loving you. Scarecrow stands beyond the hillside, garden harvest long since gone. Its coat is torn, its colors faded, yet somehow it keeps holding on. The farmer who built those fences sleeps beneath the county stone. And all the sweat he poured into this earth belongs to the wind now. The wheat still rises every summer, the creek still bends around the pines, but nature never signs a contract promising to remember our lives. I used to think that being remembered was the measure of a man, until I watched the seasons bury footprints scattered in the sand. When the cornfields forget my name, when the old roads lose my tracks, with a kindness that I gave away still find its way back. When the photographs have faded and the stories disappear, remains of who we were when nobody is here. An abandoned church near Miller County still leans against the sky. Its stained glass cracked by winters that no one bothered to write. The preacher who once filled those pews has been gone for decades now. Yet strangers still stop by the doorway and bow their heads somehow. Maybe faith was never housed inside those wooden walls. Maybe it lived in every hand that helped another when they fell. The older I become, the less I trust the things that glitter and shine, and the more I believe the smallest acts outlive the grandest designs. When the cornfields forget my name, when the old roads lose my tracks, will the kindness that I gave away still find its way back? When the photographs have faded and the stories disappear, what remains of who we were when nobody is here? A freight train crossed the midnight plain like a memory leaving town. Its whistle cut through the darkness, then slowly settled down. That's how a lifetime feels sometimes, a sound fading through the night, loud enough to shake the silence, brief enough to miss its flight. We build our plans like towers, we chase tomorrow's glow, but the future never stays still long enough for us to know. And every generation inherits the dreams the last one couldn't keep, adding new chapters to a book too vast for one soul to read. The mountains keep no record books, the stars collect no names, the river doesn't separate the heroes from the plain. Yet somewhere in a human heart, a simple gesture stays long after monuments crumble and calendars lose their days. A meal shared with a stranger, a hand extended in the rain, a promise kept when it was costly. These are what remain. When the cornfields forget my name and the years erase my face, may the love I left in others still wander through this place. When the old barns finally collapse and the gravel roads are gone, may a piece of my compassion keep quietly moving on. One day another child will walk here past the creek and rusted gate, never knowing who stood before him, never knowing my fate. And that's alright, because eternity was never hidden hidden in every life we touched before we journeyed on.
The richest man I ever knew lived in a house beside the creek. But when he died, they found him there with lonely tears upon his cheeks. He owned the fields beyond the valley, the cattle barns and acres wide. Yet every night he ate alone, with silence sitting by his side. His children lived 1,000 miles away, too busy building lives of their own. And all the wealth he spent decades chasing couldn't stop him dying alone. That night I stood beneath the stars and watched the darkness slowly fall, wondering if the things we treasure most are never things at all. It's the things we never saw, the moments slipping through our hands, sunsets missed, the words unsaid, the dreams we didn't understand. We spend our years chasing tomorrow, thinking time will always wait, till one cold morning we discover tomorrow came too late. My father carried rough hands, cracked by winters, scarred by years. He wasn't much for talking, but he taught through sweat and tears. Every morning before sunrise, he'd walk the fields alone, and somehow make that broken land feel more like home. Back then I wanted city lights, fast roads and distant skies. I thought wisdom belonged to books, not old men with tired eyes. Now his chair sits empty by the window, the coffee cup untouched for years, and every lesson I ignored returns more clear. It's the things we never saw, the moments slipping through our hands, the sunsets missed, the words unsaid, the dreams we didn't understand. We spend our years chasing tomorrow, thinking time will always wait, till one cold morning we discover tomorrow came too late. I met a woman years ago who loved me without condition. She never asked for promises, only my attention. But I was busy chasing shadows, convinced success would set me free. And by the time I turned around, she was only memory. Funny how the heart remembers what ambition leaves behind. A laugh, a touch, a rainy evening, tiny treasures time can't hide. The older that I grow, the less I think I know. Except the greatest losses in this life are often the ones we choose. The river doesn't hurry, the mountains never race. The moon still rises faithfully without concern for place. Yet mankind runs in circles, measuring success and fame, while missing all the simple things that gave life meaning anyway. A child laughing in a doorway, a mother humming softly at night, a friend waiting on the front porch, a hand reaching for yours in the dark. It's the things we never saw, the blessings hidden in plain sight, the ordinary little moments that shine the brightest in hindsight. The years will take our fortunes, the wind will scatter every plan, but love, kindness, and memory outlive the strongest man. So if you're driving down some back road as the evening sky turns gold, don't wait until your hair is silver to hold the people you hold, because the saddest words a soul can speak when the final shadows fall are not "I lost everything, but I never noticed what I had at all."
There was an old mirror hanging in a hotel off Route 9. Its silver frame was rusted, its glass stained by time. Truckers, drifters, preachers, thieves had all stood before that view, straightening hats, fixing collars, believing what they knew. I passed that mirror every summer on my way to somewhere new, always searching for a reason, always chasing something true. I thought the world was full of riddles waiting somewhere to unfold, never knowing the hardest answer was the one that I would hold. At the end of every highway, past the dust and passing years, there's a mirror waiting quietly beyond ambition, hope and fear. And the face that's staring back at you knows every truth you've tried to hide, because the longest road you'll ever travel runs through the heart inside. I blame the town for feeling trapped, I blame the weather for my pain, I blamed old lovers, broken luck, the drought, the wind, the rain. I blamed every closed doorway, every promise left undone, anything that kept me from admitting the battle was my own. It's easier to fight a mountain, easier to curse the sky, than face the silent voice within asking deeper
Years disappeared like freight trains rolling through the night, while I kept searching everywhere except the place I needed to look. At the end of every highway, past the dust and passing years, there's a mirror waiting quietly beyond ambition, hope and fear. And the face that's staring back at you knows every truth you've tried to hide, because the longest road you'll ever travel runs through the heart inside. One winter in South Dakota, an old ranch hand spoke to me. He said, most folks die carrying luggage that nobody else can see. Boxes full of old resentments, crates of guilt and shame, suitcases packed with yesterday, labeled with somebody else's name. Then he tossed another log into the fire's fading glow and said, freedom begins the moment you stop blaming roads you chose. The flames danced across the darkness and something in me changed, like ice breaking on a river at the end of spring rain. The eagle never argues with the wind beneath its wings. The river doesn't regret the bends that shape its stream. The moon accepts its phases, the forest accepts decay. Only people spend their lifetimes trying to outrun yesterday. But every shadow grows smaller the moment we turn around, and every truth grows lighter the moment it's finally found. At the end of every highway, past every dream pursued, the greatest revelation waiting has nothing to do with fortune or truth. It's realizing the enemy, the teacher and the guide, we're standing in the same reflection the entire time. Now when evening settles softly across the prairie land, I no longer ask the horizon to explain who I am, because after all these years of wandering, one lesson survived them all. The world was never the mystery I was, and every mile I ever traveled was leading me back to myself.
There's a lantern burning lonely in a farmhouse far away, where the fields have turned to silence and the children moved away. The porch still knows their footsteps, though the years have worn them thin. And the screen door keeps on singing to a wind that won't come in. An old clock hangs beside the window, its hands too tired to move, like a weary soul still waiting for a dream it couldn't prove. The dust drifts through the hallway like memories set free, and every room is holding a piece of history. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot take beyond the rain, chasing shadows through the seasons, calling old ghosts by their names. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know our plans, and in the end we're only stories carried by the hands of time. I met a man beside the railroad with silver in his hair. He said, "Son, I crossed this country looking for somewhere. I searched the mines of Colorado, worked the timber in the north, spent 40 years chasing tomorrow, till tomorrow wasn't worth much more." His eyes looked like abandoned highways stretching through forgotten land, full of roads he never traveled and dreams that slipped right through his hands. Before he left, he smiled softly and spoke words I still recall. The saddest thing ain't losing everything, it's never knowing what mattered at all. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot take beyond the rain, chasing shadows through the seasons, calling old ghosts by their names. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know our plans, and in the end we're only stories carried by the hands of time. Tonight the prairie wears a blanket made of moonlight and regret, and every mile behind me feels like a promise I forget. The grain elevators stand like giants, guarding memories of the past, watching generations come and go like clouds that never last. The world keeps building monuments, towers reaching for the sky, yet every kingdom ever built eventually says goodbye. And somewhere in the endless dark, beyond ambition, fear and fame, the universe keeps turning like it never knew our names. A hawk flies over empty valleys, a train rolls through the night, the mountains wear their ancient wisdom while cities chase the light. And all the wars and all the victories and every crown that men have worn become no more than whispers by another distant dawn. What remains is not the fortune, not the trophies on the shelf, but the kindness we have given when nobody could help themselves. We spend our lives collecting things we cannot carry through the storm, yet love survives the passing years, long after flesh is gone. The stars don't care who's rich or poor. The river doesn't know
beyond the fading horizon, grace still waits for every man. The lantern in that farmhouse window still burns against the dark, a fragile little flame reminding every wandering heart. The measure of a life ain't counted by the gold a man has known, but by the light he leaves behind when he finally goes home.
I learned to bleed in quiet ways, where no one sees the hurt that stays. No screaming heart, no shattered sky, just slow goodbye behind my eyes. I smile like nothing's gone at all, while something in me starts to fall. Not loud, not sharp, not overnight, just fading out of my own life. The world keeps talking like it knows, but it don't see where sorrow grows, deep under skin behind the pride, where I still keep you locked inside. I learned to bleed in quiet ways, through empty nights and empty days. No rescue call, no saving hand, just learning how to understand that love don't always break with noise. It disappears without a voice, it leaves you standing in between what's real and what you've never been. There's a mirror I avoid at dawn, it shows me how much you are gone, not as a face but as a weight time refused to separate. I walk through rooms I used to share, still feel your absence in the air, like something living, something near, that only I can never hear. Even my shadow walks too slow, like it forgot where I should go, and every step just drags behind a version of you in my mind. I learned to bleed in quiet ways, through empty nights and empty days. No rescue call, no saving hand, just learning how to understand that love don't always break with noise. It disappears without a voice, and leaves you standing in between what's real and what you've never been. If silence had a shape or face, it would wear your empty space and teach me how to stay alive without the reason to survive.
I don't ask for better days, I just accept these faded grays. And every sunrise feels the same, another way to say your name. I stopped believing in repair. Some wounds are more than we can bear. They don't get better, they just learn to quietly, endlessly burn. Yeah, I learned to bleed in quiet ways, and I've been doing it for days. No end, no start, no clean goodbye. Just a man too tired to cry. And if they ask what broke my soul, tell them love was in control. And it didn't shout, it didn't fade, it just stayed and stayed and stayed and stayed. I knew a man who owned the valley, every fence and field in sight. His barns were full, his name was known, his windows glowed at night. Folks spoke of him like he was lucky, like fortune walked beside his shoes. But nobody could hear the silence that echoed through his rooms. He counted cattle every morning, counted dollars every fall, yet never learned the value of the things that weren't for sale at all. When winter came and took his strength and left him staring at the sky, the only thing he asked the nurse was, did I spend my years right? What is the weight of an empty pocket compared to an empty heart? What good are roads that lead to riches if they tear a soul apart? The graveyard never asks a question about the money that you made, only whether you left some light behind before you faded away. A railroad crossed the county line, running west toward distant dreams, and every young man thought salvation lived somewhere beyond those tracks. They chased bright cities, bigger futures, names carved high in glass and steel. But years later many returned, still searching for something real. Because success can build a mansion, it can buy a diamond ring,
but it can't replace a father's voice or the comfort that home can bring. Some lessons only visit us when youth has packed its bags and gone, when the mirror starts revealing how brief the road we're on. What is the weight of an empty pocket compared to an empty heart? What good are roads that lead to riches if they tear a soul apart? The graveyard never asks a question about the money that you've made, only whether you left some light behind before you faded away. One evening by the riverbank, I watched the water drift downstream, carrying branches, leaves, and shadows like fragments of forgotten dreams. The river never tried to hold them, never begged them all to stay. It simply kept on moving forward and let the current have its way. That's when I understood something the years had tried to teach. Everything we truly own lies beyond our reach. The laugh of a child in summer, a hand held through a storm, a promise kept when nobody watched, a heart that stayed warm. The mountains don't remember titles, the stars don't care for fame. The wind blows over every kingdom exactly the same. Generals, farmers, saints, and strangers, each one takes the final ride, and every banner ever raised eventually falls with time. Yet mercy lasts a little longer, and kindness travels far, sometimes farther than the lifetime of the one who gave it away. What is the weight of an empty pocket compared to a peaceful soul? What use is owning half the world if you've nowhere left to go? The years will take our bodies, the seasons turn the page, but love becomes a lantern that survives old age. So if you're standing at a crossroads under a fading evening sky, remember this: a wealthy man can die forgotten, a humble man can live forever. And the stories people tell long after goodbye.
I put our love in a paper box, tied it up with rusted locks, and hid it where the daylight fades, in the corner of my shame. No ceremony, no last goodbye, just a man who learned to lie to the only truth he ever that everything still leads to you. The wind don't ask what I became, it just whispers out your name, like it's trying to remind me slow of what I refuse to know. I put our love in a paper box, but it still bleeds through all the locks. No matter how I try to hide, it keeps you breathing in my life. And love don't die when it is sealed, it just becomes something you feel in every breath, in every thought, in everything I thought I forgot. There's dust collecting on the lid where all my better reasons hid. And sometimes when the night gets thin, I hear you calling from within. The box don't open, still it breaks inside the silence that it makes. Like memory don't need a key to keep destroying me. I tried to bury it in ground where no confession could be found, but even dirt refused to stay. It gave your echo back to me. I put our love in a paper box, but it still bleeds through all the locks. No matter how I try to hide, it keeps you breathing in my life. And love don't die when it is sealed, it just becomes something you feel in every breath, in every thought, in everything I thought I forgot. If I burned it all to ash, would it finally leave my past? Or would the smoke still spell your name across the sky of all my pain? Now walk with empty hands through forgotten railroad lands, and every step feels like I know you never really let me go. The world keeps turning like it should, but I don't think I ever could escape the shape of what we were, a love that never learned to blur. Yeah, I put our love in a paper box, but it broke right through the locks. And now I don't know who I am, just a man who couldn't end what began. And if they ever ask me why, tell them I didn't say goodbye. I just tried and failed to stop a love that never really stopped.
I've been talking to the headlights on these long and lonely nights, like they might know where I went wrong, or why I can't move on. The tires hum a tired song of all the places I don't belong, and every mile I leave behind just pulls you deeper in my mind. The sky don't judge the man I am, it just watches what I can't stand. A heart that keeps on breaking slow, with nowhere left to go. The road never learned my name, it just carried all my pain. No direction, no return, just lessons I refuse to learn. And love don't ask you where to go, it just leaves you lost in the snow. Now I'm somewhere in between what I was and what I've been. There's a motel by the interstate where I sat and tried to wait for something like a sign from you, but only silence made it through. The vending light kept buzzing low, like it knew what I don't know. And every stranger passing by had your shadow in their eyes. I lit a smoke, let it fade, watch my future hesitate, like it couldn't choose a side between staying here or dying inside. The road never learned my name, it just carried all my pain. No direction, no return, just lessons I refuse to learn. And love don't ask you where to go, it just leaves you lost in the snow. Now I'm somewhere in between what I was and what I've been. If distance could erase the past, why does yours keep coming back? Every exit I take alone still leads me to your ghost. Now I don't chase the morning light, I just drive straight through the night, like somewhere in the dark ahead you're still the words I never said. And every town I pass right through feels like a version lost of you, like every road I try to run still ends where you had begun. Yeah, the road never learned my name, but it memorized my pain. And every turn I take to flee just
was always coming on alone.
There was a boy who lived beside a river wide and clear. He'd skip stones across the water every summer of the year. He dreamed about the distant cities, the lights beyond the hills, convinced that happiness existed somewhere farther still. The river seemed too ordinary, the stars too common in the sky. The voices gathered round his table, too familiar to admire. So he spent his youth chasing wonders, certain greatness lay ahead, never noticing the treasures already where he lived. Funny how the heart works that way, wanting what it doesn't own, crossing oceans for an answer that was waiting back at home. We'd pay a heavy price for wisdom, more than gold could ever buy, because the things that matter most are often seen only in goodbye. Years later he became successful, his name known far and wide. He built a life of shining surfaces and wore achievement with pride. But one autumn evening in a hotel overlooking city lights, a strange loneliness arrived and stayed throughout the night. He thought about his mother's laughter, his father's boots beside the door, the dog that slept beneath the porch swing, the creek behind the store. And suddenly those simple memories felt richer than anything he gained, like discovering too late that diamonds had fallen like rain. Funny how the heart works that way, wanting what it doesn't own, crossing oceans for an answer that was waiting back at home. We pay a heavy price for wisdom, more than gold could ever buy, because the things that matter most are often seen only in goodbye. The older I become, the more I notice life hides miracles in plain sight. A cup of coffee shared at sunrise,
porch light glowing in the night. A child running through a meadow, a friend who calls just to ask why, a hand resting on your shoulder when tears gather in your eyes. None of these make headlines, none of these become famous tales, yet somehow they carry a weight that all ambition fails. The world keeps selling bigger dreams, bigger houses, faster roads, while the soul quietly longs for simpler things it already knows. The meadow never envies mountains, the sparrow never seeks a crown, the moon doesn't compare its brightness to the stars around. Only people spend their lifetimes measuring what they lack, while heaven keeps placing blessings directly in their path. And sometimes the cruelest lesson life ever lets us learn is discovering the value of a thing the moment it can never return. Funny how the heart works that way, running circles through the years, searching for extraordinary moments while overlooking what is near. The richest souls aren't those who gathered everything they could acquire, but those who learned to recognize the beauty they already had. If I could send one message backward to the boy beside that stream, I'd tell him, one day you'll spend your whole life searching for the very things you're living now. So look around, because someday these ordinary days will become the most valuable memories you own.
I was 20 when I left that town, with a worn out Ford and a restless soul. The preacher said, son, the world is wide, but nobody told me what it would cost. I crossed the rivers, I crossed the plains, I chased the moon through summer rains. I thought freedom lived beyond the hills, but freedom carried its own chains. The dust of Kansas knows my name, the Texas wind has heard my cries, and every road I've ever traveled led me closer to goodbyes. Where the highway meets the sky, that's where all my dreams still lie, like old letters in a wooden drawer, waiting by a forgotten door. And every sunset paints your face across the clouds I cannot chase. Some loves fade and some survive. Yours is the reason I'm still alive. I met old men in roadside bars, with silver hair and tired eyes. They spoke of wars and broken hearts, and how the strongest spirit bends with time. One said, son, money turns to dust, fame disappears like morning dew. The only thing that follows home is the love you gave and the truth you knew. His words stayed with me through the years, like a hymn carried by the wind. And now I hear them every night, when silence settles in. Where the highway meets the sky, that's where all my dreams still lie, like old letters in a wooden drawer, waiting by a forgotten door. And every sunset paints your face across the clouds I cannot chase. Some loves fade and some survive. Yours is the reason I'm still alive. The railroad tracks beside the fields still sing the songs they sang before, about young hearts that left for glory and never made it back no more. The maple tree behind your house must be older now than me. Its roots still hold the earth together, the way your love once held me. I learned that time is not a thief, it simply asks us all to grow. The pain remains, but so does beauty, like wildflowers through the snow. The stars don't care about our plans, the mountains don't remember names, yet somehow every human heart still burns with its small sacred flame. And maybe life is just a road between the cradle and the grave, measured not by miles we traveled, but by the souls we tried to save. Now my hands are rough with years, and my hair has turned to gray, but every wrinkle tells a story of roads that carry me away. If I could stand where I began, I wouldn't change a single mile, for every loss became a lesson, and every sorrow shaped my smile. Where the highway meets the sky, I know someday I'll say goodbye, but until that final sunset falls, I'll answer when the highway calls. The harmonica cries soft and low, like a friend from long ago. And somewhere past the evening light,
home tonight. So if you hear this old song playing from a lonely porch at night, remember we're all travelers here, just passing through the fading light. And when your road feels long and cold, when dreams seem buried deep below, keep walking toward the distant horizon. The heart always knows where to go.
I once believed the world owed me fair reward for all my pain. A wider road, a better hand, some shelter from the rain. I counted every disappointment, every promise left undone, every dream that slipped away before it had begun. I wore my bitterness like armor, carried it from town to town. Certain life had somehow cheated me, let me down. Then one evening by a cornfield beneath the sky on fire, a thought arrived so quietly it changed my entire life. How could I repay the sunrise for every morning I was given? How could I repay the rivers, the stars, the earth, the heavens? What could equal one heartbeat, one friend, one day, one child? The truth is life owed me nothing, I was the one in debt all the while. There was an old mechanic working in a rusted shed, oil stains upon his overalls, silver scattered through his head. He never traveled far from home, never chased a grand design, yet somehow peace sat on his shoulders like a bird at resting time. I asked him how he stayed content when so many things went wrong. He laughed and said, son, I spent years counting what I lacked and almost missed what I had. Then he pointed toward the sunset, spilling gold across the land, as if the sky itself was trying to make me understand. How could I repay the sunrise for every morning I was given? How could I repay the rivers, the stars, the earth, the heavens? What could equal one heartbeat, one friend, one day, one child? The truth is life owed me nothing, I was the one in debt all the while. Now I see miracles differently, not as mountains split in two, not as thunder from the heavens or impossible things made true. The miracle is ordinary, coffee shared before dawn, a mother's voice in another room, the strength to keep moving on. The miracle is forgiveness when anger would be easier. The miracle is hope when evidence disappears. The miracle is growing older in a world that never stays, and still finding reasons to be grateful for the days. The prairie doesn't charge for beauty, the ocean sends no bill, the moon asks nothing in return. As it climbs above the hills, the trees offer shade freely, the rivers quench the land, yet people spend their whole lives demanding more from what they have. Perhaps wisdom begins the moment a person finally sees existence itself is generosity, beyond anything we could earn. How could I repay the sunrise for the warmth upon my face? How could I repay the years for every lesson and every grace? I cannot pay that balance, I cannot settle that account, but I can live with gratitude for blessings beyond the amount. One day they'll lower me gently beneath the prairie clay, and I won't ask what life denied me. I'll remember what it gave: the laughter, the sorrow, the wonder, the scars. And I'll leave knowing the greatest wealth I ever owned was never mine to own at all.